have a problem you couldn't get help with?
Did you ever have a problem that you couldn't get help with?
Did you ever have a problem that you couldn't get help with?
I rise, you rise, let's go.
More youth are depressed and suicidal than people think.
It's time that we blow and get high like we smoked, in positions to provide without grinding the code, trying to.
Bad things keep happening to my friends and I don't know how to help them.
Arms like orangutans, in the bay they be banging things, and I ain't trying to make it me, so I change the game. Yeah, you and I plus my crew will rise. Y'all
when teens are bored, they do stupid things.
We'll supervise, and that's the level that we trying to take it to. Got dreams, now we need means how to make.
I just think we need more places, to be around so that we can, have a good time, without having to get in trouble.
So it's clear that we meant to be rising to the top like we had low density. Cheer. I rise, you rise, we rise so high, so high. I rise,
I've been writing my best friend for about 2 years now since he's been incarcerated, and he always says a lot of touching things to me and what he wishes he would have done before. And I asked him why he did what he did, and he wrote me and said, "My grandpa always told me I was going to be nothing in life, so I started going out late at night." It kind of really makes me sad because society really didn't have pity on him, because we're not talking about a 30-year-old man, we're talking about a 17-year-old boy that has to spend the rest of his life behind bars.
My mom didn't really have much control of me. I was leaving every night, coming back the next morning, probably drunk or, high off something.
I was involved in the gang because I was tired of being broke and having nothing to do. Not having nothing to do after school, go kick it with all your friends, but it's all gangbangers and you just end up banging, you feel me? And you become one of the crowd, feel me? I wanted power, I wanted to be able to go where I wanted to, feel me? Have people pretty much be scared of me, feel me? I walk down the neighborhood, you feel me? You see somebody that you don't like, you're gonna bomb on them.
The consequences that happens when you're in the gang, and, how hard it is to get out, because once you're in it, it's not much you can do but getting out, the only way you can probably do something about it, is die, push up them daisies.
You can treat me like Simon, I be that dude you despise. I be right here, dog, I ain't ducking or hiding, running or slide when the murder rate rising.
For us teens, there's nothing really. If you don't play a sport, then you basically have all that free time. If you're not going to summer school, you have all that free time to do whatever your mind sets you to.
When teens are bored, they do stupid things.
Throw stuff at cars, go ghost riding.
After we had all met up at a place, we all pretty much hopped in the car. We were about 10 cars deep, and everybody was just driving down the street. People were just sitting on their hoods. People got out their cars, what Kevin's talking about, ghost riding. People was just running down the streets, and pretty much nobody was driving. And if, there'd have been some traffic or some cars, and that could have been like a major car accident, or if one person could have just stopped paying attention and nobody grabbed his wheel, then, a lot of people could have got hurt. We didn't really think about it at the time because we were bored and we were just, wanted to have fun.
Was doing donuts around one of my friend's cars, and then I just decided to go and jump on top of the hood. And this is a Suburban, so it's a big truck, and I was on top of the hood and dancing, sitting down dancing on top of it, and we wanted to keep moving on, so he told me to get off, and I jumped off, but I didn't land too right, and then I rolled, and then the tire almost ran over my head.
Well, I moved in the summer, during the summer, and I met her during school year. I got really close to her, we started talking, and then we started going to each other's house. And there's one particular day where she had an argument with her parents, and then I hear both of them yelling, and then her running out, and then she ran to the bathroom, and I was calling her name, and I was like, "What are you doing? Oh, what's wrong?" She didn't open the door, so they had to break the door. And she was sitting down with a knife, and I never met anyone suicidal before. It broke my heart. It was really scary. It was heartbreaking. It was a feeling or a situation I've never been through. More youth are depressed and suicidal than people think.
Violence, I guess, always started since I was small, but I would always
deny it, neglect it, and like when I really started noticing my dad and him being violent was probably about 2 years ago, right before the divorce started. Well, right after we came from Mexico, a lot of issues with my mom and my dad would start, and he would come home more drunk daily. He started hitting my brother and my mom. One day, he came home and he picked us up from school, and he told us we were going to Milpitas, but it turned out that he actually wanted to take us out of the country. He was really, really drunk. He started hitting my brother and my mom. It really hurt because my dad would hit my brother the most because he would be the one trying to protect, us. It hurts a lot. With my dad and my mom, the issues were still going on.
I wish
I wish I had a place to go where I could hang out, be off the streets.
They would have actually taken him one day and made him realize.
There were more programs because I play sports, but not everybody's a sports player or athletic, so I wish there was more programs for them.
I wish he had someone there for him because he was an only child. All he had was a single mother, and all he knew was the streets.
I wish I knew there was a place that we can go to, but it's not obvious.
They think it's all about balling out control. They say they got will and all they know. Yo, we gon' rise up, stop picking nines up.
We are Fremont Youth. We want to be a part
in improving our future.
Involve us. Fremont Youth. Priceless.
Half of these cats shook, just stepping outside and get your ass filled with clips like scrapbooks. Police love to beat us and they blast us, but it's time that we rise up like the phoenix from the ashes and flip this reality upside down, because our time to rise up right now, kid. I rise, you rise, we rise so high, so high. I rise, you rise, we rise so high, so high. My people, leave your troubles, just rise up. If you're going through the struggle now, rise up. Men, women, and children, just rise up. It's a whole